Lennox Lewis versus Al Malcolm.
Al Malcolm, the middle.
So there it is, then the first look at the trusted performer, but I wouldn't have thought his record really could stand up with this fella. 16 stone he's coming in. He's a big lad at 23.
The bout began with both fighters swinging wildly with wide power punches. A right hand to the body and a left hook to the jaw from Lewis sent Malcolm down in the opening minute of the bout.
Al Malcolm's been in twice with Gary Mason, and oh dear, on the deck,
he was able to get to his feet at the count of 8, and the fight continued.
Into the round there. Frank Maloney, a great expense to the management, as I say, to bring this fellow in from Canada to start his professional
Malcolm
career.
remained defensive despite an occasional connection for much of the remainder of the round, as Lewis threw power shots looking for the knockout.
Calm down a little bit now, doing some careless stuff.
And presumably the strength. He really is landing.
As the opening bell of round 2 rang, Malcolm came forward and threw a looping right hand, but took a left jab to the right eye. He fell forward and went down to all fours, covering his face with his gloves.
What happened there?
He remained on his knees with his eyes closed as the referee reached the count of 10.
Yeah, but there was a punch landed, but no.
Lennox Lewis versus Bruce Johnson. Lennox Lewis defeated Bruce Johnson by technical knockout in the second round. Referee Steve Smoger stepped in and waved an end to the bout as Johnson was clearly hurt and taking big shots with no retaliation.
It's all one-way traffic, bit like an avalanche at the moment, and that was a real chopping right hand. Going to count him there, and it's over at the start of the second round. So the top came in after this.
Yeah, well, by this time it was just a survival from Johnson. He knew no chance of success. He was just trying to good body punching from Lewis, probably an improvement on his first performance, but you can't really judge it.
Lennox Lewis versus Andrew Gerard. Much more comfortable than in his 2 previous bouts, Lewis came out in the first round with more control and peppered Gerard with the jab.
Interesting test here in this third pro bout.
He landed 3 hooks to the body, capped with a big uppercut in the opening minute that snapped back the head of Gerard. Midway through the round, Gerard began to bleed from the nose and mouth.
But he'll find that for the first 10 or 12 professional bouts. I suspect that he might find it. Well, Gerard seems to be enjoying it. Lewis certainly seems to enjoy it. Gerard boxed Gary Mason a couple of years ago on the Bruno Bugner bill, and I remember a particularly sweet left hook from him.
In round 2, Lewis continued to pump the jab into Gerard's face with a high level of success. Clearly outclassed, Gerard began to resort to clowning and playing to the crowd.
I'm not quite sure what that gesture means. Lewis is 24. And as well as Olympic champion in the professional ring. Has he got it? So it'd be quite a feather in the cap of Lewis if he were to stop Gerard too. The Welshman prides himself on what Lewis can really do to try and stop his man. How he will vary the fight, vary his attack, try something new, keep him pretty busy, a fight a month, something like that, culminating in a British title challenge. Well, it's a fun business when you're well on top and you're not shipping.
In round 3, Lewis continued to work the jab, but opened up his offense some and stung Gerard with a combination early in the round.
Canada, having won that gold medal, he moved to Canada, learned all his boxing there, so all credit to them. But he was born right.
Lewis began to pour it on near the end of the round as Gerard was against the ropes.
Seoul to win the Olympic gold medal. Bo was a hot favorite there. He pleases. And there can surely only be one winner here. And I don't think incidentally has twice been the distance with Glenn McCrory, who's the current IBF. Will it come here? He's got his eyes on the British title.
In round 4, Lewis punished his opponent, landing 4 consecutive straight right hands that caused Gerard to stumble back into the corner. At this, the referee stepped in and waved an end to the bout.
guard down. He's not succeeding in that, but he's landing anyway, and the referee's had enough, and that's quite right. And Gerard was definitely taking too much right at the end there. There was no point in it continuing. He wasn't offering that much himself. And
Lennox Lewis versus Greg Gorrell. Another right, and he's over for the second time. The sixth professional fight of the tremendous heavyweight prospect Lennox Lewis against Greg Gorrell.
And 60 feet. And every conceivable physical advantage here at just over 16 stone. Stage early into the fight, it's difficult to see what sort of chance Gorrell has got here. Lewis waiting for the chance to shoot the right across. Lennox hasn't opened up yet. Instant reaction. That hurt. And Gorrell is already showing him the right again. Oh, what a good one. Time for Lewis to finish it in this round. But the chance is there for him, and the one thing he must not do, if it can be avoided, is to take that right hand again to the chin. And Lewis is going to the finish. Well, when he's... But... This where you think you've got nothing to beat, you begin to take, and Gorrell beginning to fight back a little, got himself a wonderful deal financially. He's being staked in his professional career by a financial services company, £1 a week living money. So he's got a good deal there, hitting with the left hand and hitting with the right, and that of course is a foul, and he's doing it again. He can just get on with his work as a fighter. That's a good attack. He lost in the quarterfinals there to Terrell Biggs, the man that Gary Mason beat a few weeks ago in London. To urge Lennox Lewis on. They like what they saw in the first round. So much of that weight is waste weight on Gorrell. He really... Well, 4 rounds is as far as Lewis has been taken briefly in Europe last year. He had a fight in Berck-sur-Mer on the coast of northern France, and the whistles are beginning to come now because people are sensing that he's not going about his work as well as he might. See whether he takes any notice of the talking to. Well, that's better. And he's cut. Gorrell is cut by the left eye, and he's in trouble. Another right, and he's over.
Okay, you don't want to quit.
He couldn't go on without Canada, who has finished Gorrell here. One more right hand to prove it. Cut badly. And just a human punching. He had nothing left at all, Gorrell. All the punches were coming through. And...
Lennox Lewis versus Noel Quarless.
I bet he's done his own work in detail. Get right into it from the off and down a big left hook. Which is one of his favourites.
In his next fight, Lennox stopped Noel Quarless in the second round at York Hall to win his 7th professional fight.
Can he scouse? Comes back with a right of his own, misses. Then
I'm sure he got encouragement from it as well.
And credit our boy, he must call it.
Certainly looks the part, Lennox. Lewis's magnitude, it's not just a case of...
10-rounder. With only 6 fights under his belt for Lewis, this is still very much a learning process, if you like. And two good jabs, and he hurts Quarless with a right hand. Quarless down.
There's that little sway that I was talking about. He does it very, very well. He's in range all the time to unload with a big bomb.
For the place, the guard gone. Yeah, the right's getting through, and he's down, and he won't get up from that.